Hola, mi amigos. Today I'm going to be doing Black Clover Chapter 238. So this chapter is called Zeno's Power. So this is going to be pretty interesting, and I don't see any chance of and the rest of Golden Dawn beating this guy, especially considering that is kind of damaged and weakened, and he's not in full form, and the fact that this guy just beat William Van who's meant to be the captain of Golden Dawn, and he seemed to beat him quite effortlessly as well. So Zeno looks his design looks pretty eerie. It reminds me a bit of the Susanoo from Naruto when especially the skeletons surrounding his rib section. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm guessing his power is to do with bones. It looks like what is this guy? And he looks like a spider as well. Okay, Captain Vengeance. Hmm. You're. Wait, how does know him? Does have one of those photographic memory kind of thing? Maybe. Okay. Okay. That figures they were only at 40%. There's no point in bringing along anyone who isn't over 50%. Then, huh? Hurry, cast Spirit Drive. This guy is very bad news. Okay, so she's come out as well, and she recognizes him, or she can sense a lot of power from him. So apparently she needs to, needs to pull out his spirit drive. So there it is. There's no space to invade. Oh my goodness, his what do you call it? His bones. I'm gonna call them bones for now because that's what it looked like. His bones pretty much engulfing the entire battlefield. That looks pretty devastating, and I gotta say, if I was there, that looks hella intimidating kind of thing, and especially for Klaus and this female wizard, they've got no chance against this guy anyway. The difference in power is too great. Yeah, obviously it is, and even looks like he's struggling. He's pulled out his uh pulled out all the stops, and oh no. So only yeah, I was gonna say pulled out his Zephyr blade just in time, and he managed to protect himself. But unfortunately for he couldn't protect the other two golden members, and I can see Klaus being impaled, and that looks what I say, Klaus has been impaled in a lot of different places, and especially other wizards as well. But I don't really care about her. But Klaus is, he's obviously a homie, and we've seen him in many chapters, and he's been on many of the adventures as well. So he's had a fair bit of screen time in the series. So seeing him in this state is kind of worrying, especially with all the holes, bro. There's too many holes, man. Like if this dude's not dead, then that's some BS. But there's a lot of holes going through Klaus. So I don't know. I don't know about his mortality anymore. That looks pretty bad. It's looking pretty dire, and I hope somehow Klaus can make it with the power of someone like OP healing or something. But it's not looking great for Klaus. This might be his last moment, but I don't know. It just feels. I don't think it could be his last moment, and with that, we see having a flashback of his Golden Dawn members, and we see Klaus at the very top anyway. At least the biggest image, and that's probably considering that he spent the most time with Klaus, as he was always like a senpai figure to him, and so yeah, and we see completely rage out. So I want to say I'm quite a fan of this new I'm gonna call him the new So ever since we've had this time skip, he's shown more emotion in these what do you call it in these last few chapters than he has the entire part one of Black Clover. So part one, in my opinion, is everything from the beginning to before the time skip. So everything from the beginning to the devil, I would call that part one, and this I would say is part two. Yeah, showing more emotions in these few chapters than he did in those 200 chapters before, which is which is quite crazy to say because this dude had no emotions at all, and he was just always a way to compare Asta to push him further as a rival, but he was always emotionless. So it's really cool to see that showing these kind of emotions because he is human after all. So yeah, and the anger, the expression, I felt that here, and I love the way Nakaba Sensei is drawn, especially this panel with how furious he looks. Damn, gotta say, it definitely sends a strong message, and we see him collide with Zeno and his like massive legs of bones, and he's kind of like Doc Ock from Spider-Man. The way his bones kind of protect against him, and he's using it. He's regenerating faster than the erosion. Oh, he can regenerate as well. Stage 0 in that case. I'll show you a little of my devil's power. 55%. Oh, Damn! Oh my goodness. So this dude's kind of playing around with as well. So he's not even he's not even serious, man. This is scary, bro. So like is pretty much one of the top tier wizards in the Black Clover Kingdom right now. And this dude's only using 50, this dude wasn't even playing, he was just toying with and now he decided to use 55%. And I gotta say, this panel looks amazing. It feels so sinister, especially with the whole silhouette of the demon holding them inside the cube. I gotta say, that looks amazing. You aren't weak, I'm simply far stronger. Oh, damn, that was crazy. All for the benefit of this Spade Kingdom. And I've got to say, Zeno's devil form looks it looks pretty awesome indeed. I've got to say, it's obviously quite similar to how Asta has a devil form anyway, and we can see the black kind of taking over his body. And the coolest thing I would say is he's got his scar, his mark on his face kind of gets bigger. Well, I think it gets bigger, or has it always been the same? I don't know. I know. Yeah, it does get bigger, but he's also got horns as well, and he's got a black and white horn, so that looks pretty cool. I love how it contrasts as well. And if you look at his feet again, there's black and white boots. I would say his devil form does look quite amazing, but I'm guessing this is the defeat of and that's pretty crazy that got defeated because this dude always seems to win against everyone. So I guess in a sense, this is first big defeat, but somehow he's gonna survive. I know. So we can see some of the other wizards rushing in. Oh, whoa! So there's a panel of just lying down with a sword, and that may or may not have been impaled against him. I don't know, but it looks like it. Master oh, oh my God! We just see him knocked out, bloodied. Oh God, this chapter is crazy. And I want to say this chapter is getting dark already. So this part two feels a lot darker than part one. Like part one felt very child shonen friendly, whereas part two, we start the first battle with a few casualties, people getting impaled, and there's actually death in those chapters, especially some of the Golden Dawn members. I can confirm dead as well. So that's pretty crazy. And oh my god, it's getting dark and graphic. I gotta say, but I do like the direction it's going in, and somehow gonna survive, obviously, but damn, got completely thrashed, and that dude was only at 55% as well. So there's obviously room for growth for all of the what do we call it? All of the characters to improve, especially now he's got a motivation as well. And I want to say I like how Black Trover kind of deviate from the typical time skip route, which would be to show off the character's newfound abilities, like we did with Aster and everyone. Actually, they did show off, but I thought this was going to be a moment for to show off as well. But unfortunately, he didn't really get time to show off, where he's got outshined in the end. But I would say so. I like how that was different, and this was so unpredictable. So you know, I like it. I like it a lot. I gotta say, props to Nakaba Sensei for doing that. Not Nakaba, it's Tataba, isn't it? My bad. Yeah, Tatava. So yeah, definitely threw me off the loop, and I love it when I can't predict the story because shonen stories tend to be quite predictable. But yeah, yes, very interesting. I can't wait to find out what they're coming next. Bye.